Okay, I'm going to show you how to put your stick in your horse. I'm going to use my favorite horse, which is Honeybee. When your horse arrives, you'll have a zip tie, and you'll need a pair of wire cutters. They don't have to be exactly like that. They could be a regular pair of wire cutters or a nice sharp pair of scissors. A small pair of pliers if you really want to get it tight. An emery board to file down the zip tie after you cut it. A small piece of sandpaper will work, but I like the emery board the best. And of course, your dowel rod. Mine is a 7/8 by 36-inch wooden dowel rod. You can find them at most craft stores or hardware stores. Okay, first thing you'll want to do, your horse will be tied at the neck. So you'll want to remove a little piece of yarn, open them up a little bit. You're going to pull out stuffing about up to the back of the ears. And of course you will have a written instruction sheet that comes with the horse. Okay, you probably won't be able to see inside the horse. So pull out just enough stuffing. Well, that's going to be attached because the ears were sewn on after the horse was stuffed. You're going to want to leave enough stuffing between the ears and the eyes and the top for the stick to sit on. Take your dowel rod. Best way I found is to prop it between your knees. Put your horse over the stick like a sock. Make sure he's nice, sitting nice. Okay. Here, and then I know this is probably something that you're going to need about 3 or 4 pairs of hands for, but take a little at a time of your stuffing, and it helps to hold the neck of the horse down while you're stuffing. Kind of position your stuffing around, looking at it, allows as you go, making sure he's even. You don't want a lumpy horse. It doesn't take very long. You just kind of look at it. You don't want to pull down too hard. You're going to have a big bump on top of his head where the stick is. And you just kind of turn them around a little bit as you're going. Maybe kind of smooth the stuffing out as you go. You may have a little stuffing left over because the stick does displace some of the stuffing. That's not a problem. You can save it, use it for something else, or just toss it. Like I said, go around evenly here. Make sure he looks okay. Readjust sometimes. And don't be afraid to pull the stuffing out a couple times and redo or start over if he doesn't look right. You'd like to have a nice, smooth looking horse instead of lumpy. Make sure his head is poking through. Okay, just a little more stuffing in the back side here. I don't know how well this is turning out on the video, but okay, now comes the part where you wish you did have 2 or 3 extra sets of hands. And you want to gather his neck under his mane. Okay. Take another look at him, make sure he's kind of even. Straighten him out a little bit if you have to. Okay. Gather his neck. This is where you need the extra hands. I found these neat yellow zip ties at my hardware store. So you can use, I mean, you'll of course get one with your order. But if you need to replace it, you can use any one. A white I would recommend if you couldn't find yellow. Okay, gently pull. Don't make it super tight yet. Kind of take his skirt here. Pull it evenly. Don't pull too hard, you might pop a seam. Okay, when he looks right to you, take it and tighten him up. If you need to, if you don't have a lot of hand strength, take your pliers, make sure you don't grab any fabric, and just kind of pull a little bit. Okay, now we're going to cut this down. Again, keep the fabric out of the way. And this is a pair of nippers. You can use a regular pair of wire cutters or a pair of scissors. Just make sure you keep the fabric out of the way or you'll end up cutting it. Take your emery board, the roughest side, or whatever sandpaper, and hold the fabric out of the way. And feel it. I mean, you'll feel if the rough edge is gone, and that's gone here. And if you want, you can get yourself a ribbon, or you can request to have a ribbon tied around it to hide the zip tie. And voila, your horse is done.